Hey everybody, thanks for coming back and watching another video of Random Talks with Jock. Today I have a professional kickboxer and a buddy of mine. He doesn't like me to say that, but a buddy of mine, Blaze Rogers. Hey Blaze, how you doing, bub?
What's up, bro?
Blaze, let's talk about kickboxing. Let's talk about how you got started, bub.
Well, I started doing MMA, and then I had a really, really good amateur career. And then I think I turned pro a little too early, and I had some tough fights, and the record wasn't the greatest. And I've always been pretty decent on my feet. I just never wrestled in high school or anything like that. So um, I ran across Travis Coleman, and I ran across Scott Arnold, and they were like, "We think that you would be pretty successful as a kickboxer." So in 2017, I moved to this gym called American Karate Do and started nothing but kickboxing training. So I mean, that's pretty much where it came from. Um, I never really like envisioned myself as a kickboxer because I never just I didn't watch kickboxing. Like it wasn't MMA was the thing when I was getting out of school and everything like that.
Oh, for sure.
So
I mean, that's how we met. Is through
right,
MMA.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
it everybody was doing it. There was gyms everywhere.
Right.
Like cross training and stuff, and yeah, I mean but it opened up a lot of like I don't know, contacts or word of mouth, like, hey, this kid's good, or something like that. So um, that cross training definitely paid off for you in the long run,
I think so. I think so. I think a lot of people know who I am. They might not want to admit that I'm good, but they know who I am.
for sure. They love to watch you fight regardless, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely do. They love to watch me fight for sure.
So let's talk about it. You're a grown ass man. How do you
Yeah.
balance training and working full-time job?
Um Sometimes it's difficult, man. Sometimes it's difficult. Lucky for me, I'm in a job where in the winter everything slows down. So if you notice, I fight a lot more in the winter than I do in the summer because of my job. But my job's pretty very like lenient with it, honestly. Like I work for a great company, and I work with I have a good boss, and he understands that I love this and I'm passionate about it, and he actually goes to the fights and everything like that.
So they support
So,
you. That's good.
huh?
They support you. That's pretty good.
They absolutely do support me. Absolutely. Everybody, all my coworkers support me. My boss supports me. I have a great support system. I always have, though.
So where you training at right now?
So I train at Rhinos MMA, which is in the mall in Terre Haute. And then it's an affiliate of Ryzen or Risen MMA is what it is now. So it used to be Pedigo. That that got scratched. I don't know what happened. We're not going to talk about that. Um, so we are an affiliate of Risen MMA, I believe is what it's called.
Gotcha. What people probably wondering that they don't know you. Okay, most people probably watching this are gonna know you, but the people that don't, is kickboxing could it be a full-time job, or is it at this level? I know K1's full-time, right? But like at this level, like could you go pro and just do kickboxing if you wanted to, or is that not an option right now?
So I'm 11-5 as a pro. Um, and then overall MMA, I was 12-6. So if I would have just focused completely on kickboxing before I did MMA, I firmly believe I would already be in K1 or Glory or something of that organization. That's just my opinion. I mean, that isn't. I mean, you think about the people that I've lost to. I lost to Tiger Banks 3 times, but all of those are very questionable. Those are decision losses. I lost to Austin Tweedy. Um, I lost to a kid out of Ohio named Tobias Taylor. Like those are just the I fight the best of the best. And I'm not like saying that like I'm not saying that like I'm the greatest. I'm saying that I can hold my own in there. And most people know that. You know when you sign up to fight me that I'm going to I'm going to bring it and it's going to be a fight and you need to train. You have to train. If you don't, then you're just going to get ran over because I do put on a pace that a lot of people can't keep up with.
For sure. What motivates you to keep doing this, boxing and working full time? I mean, and
I
being
don't
a
know,
father.
man. So I grew up very athletic. You know that. We talked about it. We used and most people don't know we lived together for fucking what like 3 4 months.
Hmm.
So I grew up very athletic. I was really good at baseball. Really good at basketball too. I was decent at football, but it just I don't know. I had to find something to do after. So when I was a junior in high school, I told you I got in that bad car accident and like it kind of just halted my sports career. So I had to find something to do after high school. So I started training MMA. And I just have to always be I've always had to be like a physical type person.
For sure.
And I think that's the drive that I have. Plus I do enjoy the competition and I enjoy the unknown. I think is what really gets me. Like especially now at pro, I'm like, yeah, I can beat him. Like, and I know I can beat him. And I think like just the confidence that has grown and everything like that. I don't think I could live without it.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it's made me who I am today. And that could be like a double edged sword because like either you like me or you don't fucking like me at all. You know, like I'm a acquired taste. So,
Yeah.
you said what?
I said I feel you.
I know. And I think that's why me and you got along so well is because we're both acquired taste. Either you like us or you don't like us at all.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with the confidence part. I mean, I've always had confidence with wrestling, knowing that if you swing on me, I'm gonna take you down.
Right, exactly.
But with training MMA, and training with professional fighters, and going over to Ryan Thomas's gym and training with him, and going to indie boxing and wrestling, and be able to hold your own really gives you confidence while you're walking around day to day.
Right,
And it's
exactly.
like
For
it's like
sure.
I don't want to fight nobody, but I know I'm not scared. Like
Right.
it,
No,
like I'm not
and I
scared
think
of you, but I don't want to fight you at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
that's what it is.
Well, you're Mr. Nice Guy. You're
Yeah.
Mr. Nice Guy. You're like
A lot of
I
people
don't want a
disagree.
problem, but we can have a problem. That's what you are, you know. That's how I've always described you. Is like you're just like this super nice guy, but you'll fuck somebody up if you have to. So
Yeah,
like
for sure. I don't want to, but yeah. I mean,
and that's kind of how I am too now, especially being a father. That's a bit, you know, I try not to like start things, but I'm never gonna back down from somebody. It's just not in me.
for sure. I mean, you grow up, you mature a little bit, right? Like
Right,
we both
exactly.
are talk, we talk crap and stuff, and you kind of, with the older you get, it's not about that anymore. You mature and you realize martial arts is, confidence and being held to a higher standard, but knowing,
Right.
but knowing you mess with me,
Yeah, exactly.
taking a
I
nap.
love that part. And that's what I'm saying. Like the unknown, I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah,
Like it just, I don't know. It's just something that like I like being able to like walk in somewhere and people know, oh, that dude could fuck some shit up if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I don't know why. I just do.
they probably look at me now and they're like, "Who's that Chris Farley looking dude walking in?"
That dude could fuck up a cheeseburger.
Yeah, I could.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, but yeah, no, it sucks, with my injuries and stuff. I had to quit. But
Yeah, bro. I mean, people know that you're super like really good at wrestling. So like, and it just comes natural to you. Like there's things that like certain things like I had to work to get good at kickboxing. I just didn't get like it didn't come natural to me. Um, Wrestling comes natural to you, like.
Sure. Well, I grew up with it,
But
unfortunately.
yeah, you grew up with it, so so that's kind of like why I'm hoping that like everything comes natural to Kyler is like because he's grown up around this for his whole entire life. So
Speaking of your son, have you started him in MMA wrestling?
he wrestled for Coach Cook for when he was 4, and he did it again when he was 5. It's just not his thing right now. He did decent. He did decent. He's just not. He's more into football and basketball and baseball and all those sports that I was into, which makes sense. But he has always trained kickboxing ever since I started because I started in 2017, which was just funny. This is a funny story. So I took my first fight against Carlos Garnett before Kyler. Well, Kyler, we were literally having Kyler in the hospital when I found out about the fight. Like, and so we had complications with Kyler because his lungs collapsed, and so we had to stay a week in the hospital in the NICU. So I didn't get to train at all. I didn't get to cut weight. I didn't get to do anything. I cut weight the day before the fight. And then I go, and this dude's undefeated. And he's like, this is a tough fight, like whatever. And I go, and I felt great going into it. And like, I remember like being like, wow, you're definitely not prepared for this. This is definitely not the things. But like, it was just like a motivation for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you. You know what I mean? Like I could tell when we weighed in, like I had his number. I just knew that if I could like land that perfect shot, and I did, everybody knows. I think everybody knows that's the spinning back kick I landed that dropped, dude. I mean, it looked like he was dead.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that's
you said
crazy.
what?
It's I'm just
Yeah,
it's crazy because I know you stole that from Conor McGregor.
I'm never not gonna like Connor. Like you can't make me hate him. And I know that like it's very controversial right now, but that's part of my childhood and that's someone that I idolized growing up. So I'm probably never going to stop idolizing that person.
For sure. I mean, I don't do drugs, but I like John Jones a lot. You know what I mean? So, is there a place though, like, you got Sherdog, Tapology, you got stuff like this that has like records. But what you
So
preference for kickboxing?
let's talk about this right now. So in the state of Indiana, kickboxing is non-sanctioned.
Okay. Okay.
So as of July 1st, kickboxing is being sanctioned. Shout
Okay.
out to D Trump. Um, he's doing everything he can. So after July 1st, basically, so me being 11-6, I said 11-5 earlier. I missed one. Me being 11-6, I go to 0-0,
Okay.
which is crazy to me because it's like I just got to
Well,
start all over again.
yeah, you could look at it that way because it's also a reset button.
Yeah, it is a reset button, and most people don't know that I recently started working with a boxing coach too.
Okay. Okay.
So my boxing has picked up quite progressively. I let me tell you, man, when I first started boxing, I couldn't feel more stupid. Like I literally respect boxers so much after doing the training now. Boxing is just different, bro. Like the striking, the placement, the timing, the you just name it and you have to like it you have to be pinpoint to be a boxer. It's
Okay.
insane.
For sure. I mean, I don't know if you look silly. Do you not remember me boxing?
I'm just saying, I definitely look silly out
I
there. I
got,
promise you,
I had three
because when I
punches.
started when I started working with my boxing coach, whose name is Justin Smith, um, he literally would laugh at me. He would laugh at me because he's like, oh wow, like you are flat footed, you're this, you're that, you have no rhythm, like none. So I am excited to showcase my boxing in this next fight. I am so excited.
Speaking of next fight, when is the next fight?
So the next fight is April 5th, and it is against Tyler Combs, which I don't know if you know Tyler, but we
Know the
used to
name.
have, yeah, we used to have like a big old rivalry with them at Kryptonite. Remember Vision MMA out of Ohio?
I don't. I don't.
Blevins fought and elbowed the
Oh,
piss
okay.
out of that dude.
Okay.
And then Chris fought Muhammad, which I think is his coach now. And then I fought that dude that sliced my eye open, remember? With
Hmm.
his Velcro.
Okay.
And then I fought one of Tyler's training partners years later, Van Vo.
Okay. Yeah, I know that name.
And then so yeah, I don't know. I respect Tyler, but I don't know if Tyler respects me, if that makes sense. But Tyler's gonna earn my fucking respect on April 5th if he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna go and put a show on. You know,
You said what?
I said you're gonna put a show on.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
keep your backhand up, fool.
Keep that pimp hand strong, bro.
Oh, for sure. I mean, remember, best thing to do is just catch those kicks to the sides. Just let them kick in, catch them. Works for me. Just eat them.
This guy kicks like a mule, so I don't think I want to do that.
And is he from Ohio?
He's from Ohio. Yeah. Yeah. We have together, I think between the two of us, we have at least 45 fights
Wow.
between MMA and kickboxing.
Yeah, I mean that's experience, and so it's
And boxing. So this is a great main event for people to like come watch and see. Like this is probably the biggest fight that I think Travis has ever put on as far as the main event.
where's the fights taking place at?
So unfortunately, it's in Sullivan, Indiana, which it is what it is. But I'm not the biggest fan of that place. I don't. But I fought there so many times now that I feel like I have quite a fan base.
For sure.
So my goal. I wanted. So when I won one of my first amateur titles, it was at the Shrine in Terre Haute,
Uh-huh.
and I had a fight scheduled for the Shrine, but that dude pulled out. And he got a BKFC contract. So I'm not like super mad that he pulled out because of that. I'm mad the way he pulled out. So, but
I
I
mean,
would
you can't blame him if it's about money. You really can't.
yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
about money for sure. It was definitely about money. It wasn't like he was scared of me or anything like that. And I never said that. I was just like, but
yeah,
we were scheduled to fight. We were scheduled to fight twice and magically he doesn't fight again. Like,
yeah, I got you.
I don't know.
What's probably your favorite venue to fight at?
When I fight for Shamrock, bro. When I fight for Shamrock, the atmosphere is just totally different. And I almost had a kickboxing fight with them lined up for the it would have been next week, I think. I think it would have been the 22nd or 28th. And the dude, I don't think he wanted to take the fight. So, but if you've never fought for Shamrock FC, you have to fight for Shamrock FC. They put you in a fancy hotel. They give you uh they give you vouchers for like free food the whole weekend, bro. The whole weekend. They give you vouchers. They give you little cards and you give them to the because Shamrock FC has a deal with the casinos, so they fight in the casino. And
Okay.
the casino hotel is lit. And the pay is really good. It's usually above I was gonna make 2 grand for a kickboxing fight, which around here is unheard of. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, so if you're gonna dig into that, what does it usually pay to take a fight?
so it just depends. It just depends with ticket sales and everything like that. But I make good money. I'm not gonna out and say that fucking that they don't pay good around here. I'm just saying that bigger organizations like that pay better.
Well, for sure, but What is just give me a ballpark. Don't give me I know you don't want to give numbers.
You want my biggest payday?
But yeah, sure.
My biggest payday was against Tiger Banks the last time, and it was over 5K.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
that was my
mean,
biggest payday. But that had a lot of history, and that had a lot of drama, and everybody knows that. Like everybody, I feel like I made him who he is today. To be honest, with all the controversy that we had.
now,
Nobody knew who he was until he fought me. Which I know that sounds cocky and arrogant, but it's fucking true.
yeah. No, what is what do you get like profit from the ticket sales? Do you like
Yeah,
sell so many?
I sold so many tickets for that fight, bro. I don't think I've ever sold so many tickets in my entire life. I think I sold like I want to say like 220 or 230, and then I sold tables and I sold ringside. I sold everything that fight.
Wow.
Like I sold everything. And then the purse was nice because it was a big fight. And like so the way I think it works for promoters is they're like, well, what are you gonna bring to the table for me?
Gotcha.
So if I was a promoter, I would be the same way. I would be like, well, if you don't bring nothing for me, then I'm not gonna pay you what you need, you know.
Yeah,
So
for
like
sure.
if you're contracting me to come out of another state and I'm coming all the way to Indiana with no fan base, why the fuck am I gonna pay you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, I can understand. Yeah, I've always kind of just wondered because like,
It's
I
a
fought,
business at
yeah,
the end of the day.
I would say I fought amateur and they gave me like a split of what tickets
Your
sold.
ticket sales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was only the second time when someone told me and I had to ask. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I mean,
Jock's like, I just want to fight. I don't care if I get paid or not.
well, and speaking of like amateur, like you're pro now, so like you have contracts. But amateur,
Yes.
the thing I hate about amateur was they would call you up and they're like, "Hey, I got a fight for you," or they call your coach, and then
Right.
there was never. I feel like there was never a fight because they're like, "Oh, this guy backed out." It's like, but did he back out, or did you try to settle a fight that wasn't there yet?
Right. Exactly.
Because I remember my first fight, they said like I ended up fighting Troy Lincoln or whatever out of I think over by Missouri, but that he was a 185 pounder and I was a 205. And
Mm-hmm.
it's because he didn't have a fight and I didn't have a fight, but I had like five guys pull out and I've never even fought before. So it's like they don't even know who I am, so why would they back out?
Right. They look up. That's just like, okay, so I have a training partner. It's hard to find him a fight, too. Thomas Dole. Everybody knows who Thomas is. Thomas was a D1 wrestler. Thomas is a stud.
Mhm.
And it's hard to find him a fight. Like, not many guys want to, like, let's say, so he's a 170,
Yeah,
170, and he's never fought at 170.
you have to fight up a lot,
He has to fight up a lot. Yeah.
which for him, yeah, that sounds bad, but being a wrestler, we do it at practice every day.
No,
So
I get it. I
so
get it.
like so for him, it's okay.
It's just like it's like the guy's a 170 pounder, but he can't get a 170-pound fight. It's like there's so many fake tough guys in this sport. It's not even funny, bro.
You're like, yeah, I'll take a fight, and they're like, you got Thomas. Like, I have to wash my hair that day.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, for sure.
No, it's the amateur side definitely sucks. Pro side though, do they reach out to you? Do you reach out to the organization?
So it could work either way. I usually get contacted. But you can definitely pimp yourself out. You can definitely, you can definitely. I see guys all the time talk about, hey, I need a fight. I need a fight. Like I see that all the time. I've just never been the one to beg. Like I will like DM people. I will DM promoters and be like, hey, if you need this, this, and this, and I'm your guy. But I'm never gonna go on my social media and be like begging for a fight. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Uh, let's go with another question here. I know we've been kind of just going off topic, but what advice would you give your 20-year-old self if you could go back and give yourself advice of what you know now?
Go to school.
Well, I meant about kickboxing, but yeah.
Um. Let's. What would I give myself advice? I would tell myself that my coaches know what's best for me.
Yep.
I had a problem, and everybody knows I had a problem with authority, and I feel like it got in the way of some things that I could have made happen. I cut corners, and I shouldn't have done that stuff. And I don't do it as much now, but I'm older now, so it's like, yeah, like the training has changed dramatically from when I was 20 to now in my 30s. Like, if I don't feel like I am up to train, I don't train. Like, I listen to my body.
Gotcha.
So, like, for this camp, I think I've sparred maybe 10 or 15 times. And we've been in camp since, I want to say we started around, what is it? It's, we would probably start at the beginning of January for this camp. And it's not like a drastic, like, we're in camp. It's like a gradual build. That's what I love about Ryan is, like, when we start camp, it's not like he doesn't go full force.
No hell weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he does hell weeks. He still does hell weeks. I'm still waiting for my Shark Tank and everything. So, but he lets me. He listens to his fighters, man. And if you don't listen to your fighters, then what kind of coach are you? You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think out of all of us that we train, Ryan's grown the most. Ryan understands everything of the aspect of, he just understands people in general. And he is very consoling, and he's just a great person.
For sure.
Like, he's just a really good person. And I think that we had that. We had everything at Kryptonite, I feel. We had Bryant and we had Keith. We had the good and we had the bad. Like, we had it all. I just feel like I think a lot of our I think we got big way too fast. I
I mean,
really I
we
really
we were pretty good. We had a lot of good fighters.
I know. I know.
Jiu-jitsu
I know.
guys, or
I know. We got big way too fast, and I think
in
that
a
things
small.
got in the way, and
Yeah,
Eagles definitely got in the way.
we were big fish in a small pond in Clinton,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
as far as I know, there wasn't many gyms. McVickers was the only gym I knew about in Terre
And
Haute.
we ended up stealing how many guys away?
Yep, a lot of guys came and trained for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what's the future hold for you? You're what, 34 now?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I still have a few years left. I really I say that, and, like, it depends how this fight goes. Honestly, I think this fight's gonna go extremely in my favor. I think that we match up very well, and I've always thought that. Every time I've watched Tyler fight, I'm like, me and him would fucking put on a show for people. And I've told promoters this, and like, I wanted him to be the replacement when Ruben pulled out in Terre Haute, and nobody would, like, sign off on it. So, like, I've not really been asking for this fight, but I've been asking for this fight. Like, I know I can go in there, and I know I can put on a show with him. I know I can. I know on April 5th, you're going to see the best Blaze Rodgers that you've ever seen. I promise you. The way I've been working, the way I've been training, I haven't really, like, put it out there like that. I put out, like, a few clips and this and this and this. But, like, I'm dropping people in practice when I spar. Like, I don't spar constantly and I don't spar consistently, but when I do, I'm dropping people. Like, I'm putting that one shot is finding it every time. And it's just because my timing is down and my accuracy is on point, and just everything that I have been working on for the last 6 months. Like, after, I think I started boxing around November. Well, late October, early November. And I haven't done, I've done kick. I mean, I know how to kickbox. So I've really just focused on my hands, and my hands are absolutely lethal right now.
Well, easy James Bond,
I
right?
mean, I'm just saying, like, I have never felt so comfortable to stand with somebody in my entire life.
Blaze, let's look in the future. We'll pass this fight. Let's look at 40. Do you see yourself still fighting, or
No, no.
maybe going into a coaching aspect?
Yeah, I like so me and Ryan have definitely talked about me switching roles when I am done fighting. He's definitely thrown the idea around that he wants me to like because the so you say from my 20s to my 30s like earlier. So I have noticed the kids that come in the gym now look up to me.
Is that because
It's
they're
like,
really short, or
huh?
is that because they're short?
No, it's because like look at me like the the dad of the group, as you know.
Yep.
So,
Sure.
which is crazy for me because, oh my God, if people knew who I was and know how I am, it's like people look up to me. Like that's crazy to me. So it's like me and Ryan had to sit down and talk to me, and he was like, "Listen, I need you to like I need you not to be Blaze. I need you to be my leader of the gym type shit." And it's awesome. It's awesome for me, especially with the young kickboxers. Like I don't really like focus on the MMA guys as much as I do the kickboxers because what am I to tell you at MMA? You need to go listen to fucking Thomas Dole on that. Don't listen to me. Um,
You're
but
the best of the best at jiu-jitsu.
yeah, yeah, I'm so good at jujitsu. You know what's fucked up, bro? How I did used to be pretty decent at jujitsu when we were amateurs, though. That's what's really fucked up about all this.
I think it's just it was probably the invasion of wrestling.
Yeah,
Wrestlers
I
picked it up
mean,
more.
yeah, dude, I don't know because I had several submission wins when I was an amateur,
Mhm.
several, and I remember not ever getting really tapped out fucking at Kryptonite when I was an amateur either. Like I would get fucking wrestled to death, but I would never get like tapped out or shit like that. So it was like a really so like when they say like there's just levels to this, there really is, bro. Because when I went pro, I remember the first person I fought was a fucking purple belt. You know what's crazy? Is Bryant fought Buckley, and Buckley is literally fighting Usman next.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's I always tell people though, like those belts don't matter.
No, yeah, yeah,
Because a lot of people don't know this is I entered a jiu-jitsu competition up in Chicago for Naga, and your boy didn't read, and I put myself in the purple belt division and walked out of there pretty much at ease. I mean, in the no-gi,
well, yeah, the
and
wrestling, yeah.
yeah, I mean, just I remember that guy. I had him in a rear naked. Oh, I was tight. He pulled my arms apart. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get up. No, but it was fun. It's always been fun training and stuff, and randomly seeing you at show me's or something and messing with you. Um,
For
well,
sure.
I'm gonna have to stop in. So the gym's at the mall.
So it's where the children's place used to be in the mall. You remember that, right by Hollister?
Okay. And then what's the hours? Do you know the hours of the when it's open?
Yeah.
At
So
least when you go.
For MMA on Tuesday, it's 5:30 to 7:15 or 7:30. And then so we train Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday for MMA.
Okay.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's 5:30 to 7:30.
Yep.
And you get from the time you get there, bro, it's literally you're not stopping until 7:30. Like we go in from we'll start with a warm up, we'll get into drilling, then we'll get into sparring. Like it's not and I don't you don't have to spar and I encourage all of the fighters if they are not ready to spar, then don't spar. Because sparring is a whole different animal. And you and I both know that fucking some people just don't know how to spar correctly.
They don't know what a percentage is.
They don't know it. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing that's got me the most is like I went up to Perform X and the level they have a lot of pros come down from IBG.
Mhm.
Um and the guys I spar with from IBG is just like night and day. Like we go hard, but like it's so weird how pros can like engage things different than like the normal
Yep.
walking Joe on the street coming into an MMA gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
Like
feel you. It's fun. It's fun. Those guys coming off swinging hard, and you just get to drop them.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But like, I was going hard with these guys up at Performex. We were going hard. We were going. We was it was intense. It was intense sparring, but it wasn't like I ever felt like he was trying to literally fucking take my head off
Yeah,
or anything like
sure,
that.
for sure.
It was just all technique and technical and accuracy and pinpoint shots and precision and just all those things. So that's why I tell people, like, if you're not ready to spar, don't spar me, because if you hit me really fucking hard and I get pissed, I'm gonna hurt you. Like, it's just, that's a man in me. It's a testosterone in me, and I'm the fucking alpha male of the group anyway. So like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I
I
think
don't personally like sparring unless I know that person is going to look out for my best interest.
I remember doing MMA at Kryptonite once, and I'm not gonna say the names, but they punched me in the face while I was on the ground, and I was amateur. We couldn't get hit, so like I was practicing that. I got up, spit blood out of my mouthpiece into the trash can, came back over, tapped hands, double legged them, about put their head through the ceiling, and just slammed them as hard as I could. We never sparred.
Of course you did.
We got like 2 minutes left here. Boys, give me your best promo for your fight coming up.
Just don't miss this fight, guys. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, the way me and Tyler fight, it's guaranteed fireworks. It's absolutely guaranteed fireworks. It's guaranteed bell to bell action. We have 5 rounds to kill each other, and that's what we're gonna do. I don't think we're gonna kill each other, but I think it's gonna be a very technical, very technically sound fight. Like, I am so excited for this fight. And this is the first time I've actually been excited for a fight in a long time. Like, super excited to fight and super excited to see the outcome, because I think Tyler's a good dude. I don't know what Tyler thinks about me. I don't have no ill will towards him whatsoever, but I am going in there and I am going to knock his head off. I really am. I really am going to push the pace on him, and I'm not gonna wilt. I'm not gonna back down. I never have and I never will. I don't know what that means. So if you don't, and if you don't like me and you want to see me get beat up, this is the perfect opportunity for it. So all my exes out there, all my people that I've done wrong, everything like that, get your ass to this fight. Plain and simple.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you coming on, talking to you for a little bit. Glad to see you again. I'm gonna try to come in and see you guys maybe on a Friday. What
Sounds like a plan to me, bro. It's always a pleasure talking to you anyway. Oh, by the way, your Notre Dame Irish lost me money because I picked them in the national championship.
Buddy, they've lost me a lot of money in my life. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. Love you.
All right, bro. Love you too.